This is the 2020 GMC Acadia AT4 all-wheel drive, and today we're going to review it. Today we're working with our friends at Snell Motors in beautiful Mankato, Minnesota. Hey folks, I'm Rob.
And I'm Nathan.
And we are Two Guys and a Ride. Say, Nate, tell the folks what we're taking a look at today.
Today we are taking a look at the newly refreshed 2020 GMC Acadia, and for the first time ever on this trim level, the AT4.
That's right, you can hear everyone in the background so excited they're screaming about it. We're out of the community park, so you got kids in the background playing around. But say, before we take a look at and do the review on this vehicle, if you want to keep up to date with all the new cars, trucks, and SUVs, and you want to know how to operate all the technology that's built into these new cars, plus you like cool collector car stories,
take a moment to hit that subscribe button down below and ring that bell notification up above so you never miss a video.
That's right. So, what do you say, Nate?
Let's go for a ride.
All right. All right, here we go for a ride in the Acadia AT4. And I got to say right away, Nate, you know, I mean, I like it. It's fairly quiet in here, you know. Again, it's a box on wheels like most SUVs, but I drove it over here on the highway. We're not on the highway right now, but it's not loud at all, and it's easy to have a conversation in here.
Yeah, it's very dampened.
Let's see here. Right there, 60. So yeah, I mean, acceleration is nice too. It's got some get up and go.
It does.
And I'll talk to you about the horsepower and the torque and the 0 to 60 during my outside review. But you know, it's I like it. Fit and finish. You know, this body style's been out for a few years, so it's a little dated on the inside. But overall, I mean, everything is put together well. It's screwed together well. You can tell it's not going to be rattling and falling into pieces, and you know, in a few years. But it does have all the new technology, and Nathan will show you that later. But as far as, you know, the soft touch materials in places, and the actually, you know, I think their fake carbon fiber is some of the best looking fake carbon fiber I've seen. And of course, you know, we talk about some of the safety features and things that are built in cars nowadays. You got the anti-lock brakes, you got the forward pedestrian detection, the rear cross traffic alert, OnStar. I mean, there's so many things built into these, and Nathan will cover those again later, and I'll cover some of those on my exterior review. But this is the AT4 version, so that's kind of cool. It's
which is new.
Yeah, it is. It's new for 2020.
The Acadia was never done in an AT4 prior to this.
No, and it looks really good. Now,
Yes.
It would be kind of classified as a soft roader. You're not going to take it and climb up the side of a mountain and go over big chunky boulders and stuff like you would in another type of definitely off-road oriented vehicle, but you would enjoy going down dirt road lanes, or, you know, even remotely crossing little creeks and stuff like that. Shouldn't be a problem with something like this. It's but it's very comfortable, I got to tell you that. So I am going to let Nathan drive it to see what his impressions are.
All right, my turn. So, as Rob said correctly, it is a very comfortable vehicle to sit in and to drive. Seats are very, very, very comfortable. You got enough power adjustment on both the driver and passenger to adjust it any way you want. And it's just, yeah, it's kind of absorbs the bumps. It really is quiet inside. In terms of getting in and out of the vehicle, it is quite easy. It's just that right height for you to just kind of turn around and sit right in it, and also getting out. So that nice SUV height is helpful. Everything is laid out in here in a way that's easy to get to. Of course, your voice command takes care of a lot of that, a lot of those functions, and you also can easily reach over to the infotainment screen, which does have some physical buttons, as well as of course, it's a touch screen. It does have a rear view camera for backing up with swivel dynamic guidelines. And right now we're just kind of driving around the neighborhood. And I agree, it is very easy to maneuver. It doesn't feel like as big as it is, especially for that third row. Speaking of the second row, Rob, what's it like back there?
Well, I've got lots of room, lots of foot room underneath the front seats, lots of knee room where you left your seat.
Yep.
And actually, you're sitting as I was in the seat, the driver's seat, and you haven't adjusted it, and there's yet even more space on that side. I like the dual panel sunroof, and I can see that, you know, there's a pass-through, a walk-through to get to the third seat, but because this is a little bit smaller, it is a narrow pass-through, but you could easily get back to the third row seat.
Coming up next is Rob's exterior review and my review of the interior, and then we'll be cutting a separate video on the driver's information screen and the infotainment screen to show you what's all there. All right, stay tuned.
On sale now for 3 years, it's time for the second generation GMC Acadia to get a few upgrades. And while they were at it, they decided to toughen up its image a bit with this new 2020 GMC Acadia AT4 trim level. Now, there are 4 trim levels. You have the Acadia SLE, the Acadia SLT, the Acadia AT4, and then the Acadia Denali. This is the 2020 GMC Acadia AT4, and this particular SUV is stickered at $49,130. Now, it is presented here in red Quartz Tintcoat with a Kalahari and jet black perforated leather interior. And I love it. We had it out in the bright sunlight, but it's just absolutely too bright. Everything's all washed out. It's hard to see because we have a beautiful, perfect sunny day. Now, it's powered by a 3.6 liter V6 with variable valve timing, producing 310 horsepower and 271 foot-pound of torque. It has active fuel management, variable valve timing, direct injection, and it does have the auto start-stop technology. And it is driven by a 9-speed automatic transmission with an advanced twin-clutch all-wheel drive system. Now, out front, I like the big, bold, black chrome accented grille, and that's on the AT4 only. Now, it does have fully automatic IntelliBeam LED headlights with the C-shaped signature LED lighting. There are also down below the LED fog lights with the black chrome trim. You have the body colored bumper, and down below you have the matte black lower bumper and black chrome trim as well. I like the sculpted power dome hood, and then up top we have variable speed intermittent wipers. Let's take a look around the side. Along the side, I like the black wheel well arches and the black rocker panel lower trim moldings. That really looks nice on this vehicle. It's a great combination. Up front, you got McPherson strut coil suspension, coil spring front suspension with stabilizer bar, and out back it is a 5-link independent rear suspension. Now these are the optional 20-inch aluminum wheels with dark accents, and they are wrapped in 235/55R20 Michelin Primacy all-season tires. It does have full-wheel anti-lock brakes with 12.6-inch front, 12.4-inch rear brake rotors, and they are vented front and rear. It also has StabiliTrak electronic stability control system with traction control. And I really do like the AT4 badges. It has the manual folding, heated, power outside mirrors with integrated turn signal indicators, and it has the keyless entry and remote start with perimeter approach lights. I like the gloss black B-pillar and beltline and side window moldings, and you see it does have the deep tinted glass in the back row and the very back as well. It also has gloss black roof mounted side rails, and then up top they call it a dual Skyscape 2 2-panel sunroof. Really nice, adds a lot of light to the interior. Let's walk around back, take a look back there. Okay, out back you do have the body colored rear spoiler, and it does have the integrated high mount brake light. This is a hands-free power programmable liftgate, and of course you do have the deep tinted glass, and it is heated, and you do have the fixed intermittent wiper. I like the gloss black D-pillars, and I like the black chrome trim piece going along the back with the GMC logo. It really makes it sharp, makes it stand out. This does have the HD rear vision camera, and you can get the hitch as well. I think this one actually does have the hitch package. It just got it covered up. You see the AT4 badges. It's got the dark gray body cladding for the back bumper and rub strip, and it does have the parking sensors as well. You can also see it does have the dual exhaust pipe finishers, and they are stainless steel, brushed stainless. Looks really sharp there. Let's look inside at the cargo area and talk about the cargo capacity and dimensions inside. Okay, as I said, it is a power lift gate. We'll let that open up. Now, cargo volume to the first seat, all the seats laid down, is 79 cubic feet. Cargo volume to the second row is 41.7, and then cargo volume behind the third row is 12.8 cubic feet. Length in inches to the front seat is 82 inches, to the second seat is 44 inches, and right behind the third seat is 16 inches. Cargo width at the belt line is 41 inches. Cargo width at the wheel housings is 43 inches. Cargo opening height from here to the floor, 30.5 inches, and then lift over, or from the floor to the ground, is 31 inches. So let's talk about some of the safety features on this Acadia. Well, you've got hill descent control, hill start assist, lane change alert with side blind zone alert, rear cross traffic alert. I love that. So when you're backing out of a parking stall or whatever, that really helps. Rear parking assist, rear seat minder, forward collision alert with automatic braking. It has got the front pedestrian braking, OnStar, and so very much more. These things are loaded with safety. All new cars are loaded with safety, but this in particular, great idea, great package. Speaking of packages, some of the packages that are available for this Acadia are the Driver Alert Package 1, the Driver Alert Package 2, the Driver Convenient Package, there's an Infotainment Package, there's a Trailering Package, and each one of those packages has a whole bunch of different things in them available. Check the gmc.com website for specifics on those. So let's talk about the dimensions. Front track is 64.5 inches, rear track 64.5 inches, width 75.4, overall length 183.4, height 66.7 inches. It rides on a wheelbase of 112.5 inches, has a curb weight of 4,360 pounds, and it has a ground clearance of 7.2 inches. Its turning circle, 38.7 feet, and it holds 22 gallons of gasoline. Now, when properly equipped, it's capable of also towing up to 4,000 pounds. So, let's talk about our spade scale. Safety being first. Safety is always first. So, National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and IIHS, overall front crash rating, 5 out of 5 stars. Side crash rating, 5 out of 5 stars. Rollover rating, 4 out of 5 stars. Performance, 0 to 60, 6.1 seconds. 0 to 100, 17.7 seconds. Standing quarter mile, 14.9 seconds. Top speed, 131 miles per hour. But more importantly, 60 to 0 braking, 111 feet. If you're going to go fast, you got to be able to stop quick, and that's what this is about. So the appearance, big, bold, grille, chiseled, good looks. I like it. It really works. It does. I love the lines. Dependability, 3 years, 36,000 miles. Drivetrain, 5 years, 60,000 miles. Roadside assistance, 5 years, 60,000 miles. And 1 year maintenance for one visit is covered by GMC. Economy, 18 city, 25 highway, 22 combined. So in summary, you know, the 2020 GMC AT4 may not be the serious off-road machine that we might have wanted, but it's also not priced like one. It's simply a new, rugged-looking, yet attractive Acadia. It's just an option that comes with little to no compromise. Drive it. Drive it. Seriously, I was very surprised. I really did like the way it maneuvered, the way it drove, the way it rode. It was fantastic. So, up next, Nathan's internal review. Before we do, take a moment, leave us a comment, give us a like, and don't forget, please click on that subscribe button down below. So, it's all up to you, Nate. What do you say? Take it away.
Stepping on the inside, one of the things that I noticed right away, is the stitching with the contrasting colors. Looks really, really nice. Up here, you do have express down rear windows, auto up and down front windows, your window lockout, of course, your mirror controls right and left. And then you have your unlock and lock buttons up here. And then down here, you have a little bit of bottle storage here and a little bit of storage back here, not a lot. Over here, you do have your tailgate setting opening for max 3/4 or off. And then here, you have one of your 8 Bose speakers. I do like the AT4 sill badge right here, the sill plate as it goes across. I do like the floor mats with the GMC showing up in red, but then also in the seats here, you're going to see that same contrasting stitching here and piping, along with the AT4 embroidered into the headrests. Looks really, really sharp. Okay, the driver's seat is an 8-way power, and then you also have 2-position lumbar. The passenger seat is 8-way power without lumbar. Moving over here, okay, you got your footrest down here, standard foot feet. I do like, you can get kind of a little better angle down here, but this storage area underneath the center console, I like that. The steering wheel itself is a manual tilt and telescope, that's located up in here. Then if we come up the dashboard a little bit, you got your electronic parking brake, and then of course your dashboard light control here for bright and dimness. Okay, well, let's step in. All right, it is a push start. The push start is up here. Kind of used to find it down here, but there's no dashboard there. So up here. So up on the dashboard here, you got analog tach. You have an auto start stop indicator up here, and you have your analog speedometer, your analog fuel gauge, and your analog engine temperature gauge. Down here, of course, is your driver's information center that you can change with the controls on the steering wheel. Down here, you've got your compass, a digital compass, you've got your cruise control, and you've got the miles till empty, and then an indication of whether you're in 2-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. And then, of course, your gear selector indicator. So moving back to the steering wheel, on this side you have all of your cruise control buttons right here, and then this button up here, of course, is your collision alert. And it kind of looks like a adaptive cruise control, but it's not. This is just, do you want to alert from a distance? Do you want to alert when you're closer or really close? This is your on-off for the cruise control. This is your cancel, and this is set and resume. Over here on the right, these 4 cursors plus the check mark control all the information that you can access in the driver's information screen. This is a mute button, and then this is your voice command. You'd use this for your phone and for navigation and for media. All right, let's move over to the infotainment screen. Now, new this year, this is the optional 8-inch display. And it has an 8-speaker Bose audio system. It has Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, XM radio with 360L, which gives you a lot more channels, and it is supposed to be easier to find the channels that you like. Now, it also has updated navigation display, and we'll get into that in another video, both the infotainment screen and the driver's information center. So you can click that link above if you want to look at the details. All right, down below here, you've got some physical controls for the infotainment screen. You got a power on off, you have a volume. In fact, if you just push once, that's another way to mute. Push and hold is power off, and then this is the volume. And then you've got forward and backwards for different channels or radio stations. Your home button, which brings you to this screen, and then a back button. This is not a button at all. So down over here, you've got your navigation window, you've got your media, and then if you had a phone connected, that would show up in here. So you get to see a couple different things. Okay? And then, of course, you can scroll through to see the different apps that are available. Down below that, this is a tri-zone auto climate control. And so the temperature shows up within the dials, and then
Of course, you have an auto button right here. You have a sync button to match the temperatures here. And then, of course, you have your AC and your recirculatory, your different modes here, your fan speed and power on and off for the whole climate control system, and your defoggers. If you want to control the rear climate control, you do need to go into the infotainment screen and click on it and access it from here. But then you can also click over here and do the front. So the front also has touch controls, but the rear to control the rear from the front, you have to go into the infotainment screen. Down here you have a push button transmission. So park is push, neutral is push, low is push, as well as plus and minus for changing gears if you want to change manually. Those are all pushes. Reverse is a pull, and so is drive. A little bit down here further, you have got a new USB-C port and a standard USB along with the SD card that's running your navigation. And you have a 12-volt outlet. This is a nice little storage area here. It's got a rubberized grip, so a cell phone would sit in here. It's not wireless charging, but it'll sit in there fairly comfortably and not slip around. I really do like this carbon fiber look that they've put all over the front here. Looks really nice. Okay, you got a nice 2 cup holders here with a wide pass-through, so you can set a phone down sideways or maybe a book or something like that in there. Your auto start stop defeat is here. Traction control on or off is here. Hazards. And then your parking sensors, which this does have front and rear parking sensors. Moving back here, you've got 3-stage heated seats. So this button heats just the back of the seat. And this button here heats the back and the bottom of the seat at the same time. And you'll find that on both driver and passenger side. The rotary knob lets you select 5 different modes. So you have 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, sport, off-road, and then trailer. And it shows up on your driver's information screen as you scroll through those. Down here you've got your hill descent button and your lane keeping assist button right there. Now, the center console area has been increased, this whole area for storage. So let's take a look under here. Down here you've got an adequate sized storage area. There are no additional USB or 12-volt outlets or a light or anything. Does have a nice sort of a felt, kind of like a rubbery felt feel, but non-slip is I guess the point I'm trying to make. All right, and then you do have a little. I'll lift this up. You do have a little storage area right in here as well. Okay, over here on the glove compartment, you do have a soft opening. The inside is plastic, and there's nothing additional in there, but you do have a fairly deep area to store it, so it's a good size. Up here's another example of that carbon fiber look that we have in the front. Really, really nice. Okay, up on the front here, you have a auto-dimming rear view mirror. You have your safety systems up here. And then you have, of course, your dome lights or LED, your reading lamps, I'm sorry. And then, of course, whether you want them to come on when the doors open or not. And then if you want to turn them all on or off right here. This does have a panoramic roof. It's divided between the front and the back by ceiling. Both of the shades are manual, but all you have to do is push, and then they will retract automatically. And then to close them, you just grab the handle and pull it forward. But both front and passenger have separate shade controls. Now, you do have the ability up here to slide the sunroof open or tilt it open. In addition to that, you got your 3 home link buttons and, of course, some glass storage. The visors on both sides are lit and are telescoping. All right, let's jump in the back and see what that looks like. All right, stepping in the second row, of course, you've got a little, like a bottle hole storage right here or a cup holder. You got some more, could be another bottle holder down here, a little bit of storage behind that. Your express down windows right here. And then a little bit of storage right in this area, along with this nice carbon fiber look right here. And one of your speakers. Okay, The seats themselves are really nice. There's a bar down here. If you grab that, you can of course slide the seat back or forth. You can also pull the lever on the side and you can tilt the seat while you're in it. It's got a pretty good degree of tilting, and you've got an armrest. All right, let's climb in and see what kind of space we have. All right, so I left the driver's seat where I had it when I was up there, and I've got like 4 inches. I mean, it's really roomy back here, really roomy. Wow. Headroom wise, I've got at least 2 inches. Right? That's really, really nice. You do have the third part of the tri-zone climate control over here. So you got your fan speed, your temperature setting, the different modes, and of course if you want to run it in auto mode, that's there as well. Down here you have 120 volt, max of 150 watt household plug-in, a USB-C, and a regular USB port right there. So plenty of plugins in the back, and if I pull this, you've got not only 2 cup holders, but a nice little storage area as well. I like it that it pulls backwards and you don't have to lean so far forward to pick up your drinks. Seats themselves are comfortable. Wow, just lots and lots of room. You do have 2 seat pockets behind the passenger and driver's seat, as well as you have roof vents, and then of course your reading lamps for both seats and grab handles on both sides. All right, let's step into the third row. I've got this adjusted where you can see I have more than enough space, so this could go forward, but I'm gonna leave it here and climb in the third row and see what it's like. So, as is typical in the third row small SUV, this space is crowded. My knees are touching. However, remember I had about 4 inches in front, so I could move this forward enough that my knees would have about 2 inches worth of space. The bottom of the seat is comfortable. Of course, my legs are coming off of it, and then that's not untypical for a small third row. The back of the seats are extremely vertical. So when I was in the third row, I was commenting on how absolutely vertical the seats were and a little bit uncomfortable. There is actually a way to recline them, but you're going to have to either really kind of be gymnastic and reach behind the seat or step back here. And if you pull this rope, then you actually can recline it quite a ways. That would make a much more comfortable ride. So they are reclinable, just not easily. You have cup holders on your side. You do have a standard USB charging port on the driver's side over here. And then you have got a little bit of storage right here in this tray. And the other side has just a cup holder right there. All right, to get out, it's not such a big problem. You can walk through the middle if you want, or there's a lever right on the top of the seat. If you just pull that, and then you can just push the seat forward. And then you can climb out this way. All right, overall, a really nice vehicle. The third row, not a big deal to me. That's pretty typical. I don't use my third row unless I'm going short distances. So this wouldn't bother me at all. But really a nice vehicle overall. I like it. Thanks for watching.